Scott, Florida. All right, it's Scott from Florida again. Go ahead.
Hey, Andrew. I wanted to thank you up front for your off-topic, for your Trayvon Martin coverage. I'm a concealed carry guy. This effectively happened in my backyard, and you've walked a pretty thin line. That said,
You know I'm still called a racist for that, right?
no,
You know that the left has gone so far off the deep end that anybody who says innocent until proven guilty, have a trial, if there's charges to be filed, then file them. That is now the new racism.
Well, frankly, I'm scared what's going to happen when he gets acquitted, and I do think he was wrong in several. He's made a bunch of mistakes, but our law is such that he's probably going to get acquitted. But that said, I do want to completely disagree with you on your stance on the war on women. Democrats aren't saying Republicans are having a war on women because Republican strategists make inane, ridiculous comments on TV. It's your legislative planks of your platform. You guys have done all you can to push back against women's rights.
Okay, let's stop right there. We're going to do this. I'm going to give you. You're going to give me three of them. You're going to tell me what constitutes a war on women from the conservative platform. Go ahead. Give me one. Start with one.
I mean, I won't. I'll give you your transvaginal ultrasound for one. But to me, the more egregious.
Okay, well, for one, hold on. No. That's a state issue. Okay, that's a state of Virginia issue.
Correct. I should have framed that better.
Well, hold on. If the government is going to have a say-so in how health care is delivered, then sometimes you're going to get requirements that you don't like. The idea that medical procedures should be performed before all of the relevant information is presented to the patient is ridiculous. You don't have the right to an abortion. There is no right to an abortion. If you want an abortion, the states are going to create their own parameters for the provision of an abortion. It's that simple. If you don't like it, go to another state.
And we can agree on that. We can agree that you may not have a right to an abortion, and I will agree that these are state legislatures issuing these laws. The problem is, Andrew, you have Republican state legislatures issuing laws to basically.
But how is that a war on women? How is it a war on women? How is it a war on women to say, if you want an abortion, we want you to have all the relevant information, like a sonogram?
I'll tell you, Andrew, because it's much deeper than that. You're forcing women to sit through, one state is forcing a woman to sit through a video of an actual abortion.
So what? How is that an infringement on your rights? If the state government is going to license physicians, if the state government is going to have qualifications for licensing of practices, then they can make provisions like sitting through a video. You don't have a right to not sit through a video if you want to participate in the healthcare system.
Well, this is what I would say to that. I'd say that if you weren't going to force women to sit through an abortion video, if you're going to force employees... And
let me add one more thing. If you don't like the transvaginal sonogram, what do you think the actual abortion's going to be like?
No, you're... What
do you think they just... What do you think they just take a magic wand and wave it over the woman's abdomen and the baby disappears? I got news for you. The transvaginal sonogram is a hell of a lot easier than what they're actually going to do to the woman's uterus in the process.
Well, I'd agree with that, Andrew.
It's not whether or not you agree. I'm right. I'm 100% right.
Okay, you're right on that, Andrew. Where I think you're wrong is that if you feel that the government should have the ability to guilt a woman into walking away from doing something that she's already decided to do, I disagree with that. I also disagree with the fact that you want...
Hold on. The state is not guilt. Guilt is not an actual force. That's not an actual force. There are so many aspects of citizenship or residency that we could strip away if we wanted to get into all these little anecdotal things. Oh, like, I don't know, forcing us to pay taxes to redistribute in Medicaid. Why should I be forced to take care of somebody else's health care? If you're going to allow the government in, then you get what the government gives, whether you like it or not. If you want a free market, a libertarian society, if you want a free society, then you get the government out of these things. When you put the government in, sometimes you get a government that you don't like.
I would say that forcing an employee to discuss why she requires contraception from her employer is not anecdotal.
Then get the government out of contraception. If the government is going to force one person's hand, another person's hand is going to be forced in the process. You can't have it both ways. You can't say keep your laws off my body, keep your government out of my bedroom, and then when the government's in, say, I don't like it anymore. I just want you to pay. You don't get to have an opinion.
No, you're right about that, Andrew. But what you did just point out is that we have to allow. You're basically telling us that it's okay for Republicans to issue these laws because they're at the state level. What I'm pointing out is that they're Republican laws. They're not Democratic laws. Show me one Democratic.
But how is that a war on women?
Well, that's my point, Andrew.
If there's no right to an abortion, and the government is going to regulate abortion, then you're going to get regulations you don't like. And there are some women that believe exactly as I do. So to say that it's a war on women is to say that you can conclusively say that there's an elected body of women chosen by the entire population of this country that constitutes a platform of women. You're making this crap up, and you know it. Thank you very much for the call. I'm sorry. Scott calls in all the time. I'm sure we'll hear from him again.